The oil stream. Dustin Nielson, Hernan Salas with you. Oil stream brought to you by Boston Pizza. We will actually be on location, myself and YouTube, Trev. We're going to be on location, Westgate BP's, Tony and Curtis. Nasties, you know what's up. 11 until 1 on Monday. We'd love for you to come join us.
Ooh la la.
You think people can tell us apart, Nanso?
Probably not.
Because we're both wearing one of our new Edmonton Sports Talk hoodies. Actually, Trev, you're wearing your hoodie too. Come over here. Stand right between us. It's crazy. There's three of us. Where's Trev? I don't know where Trev is. All right, Trev. Watch your head there, buddy. Surprise! We're all wearing the exact same hoodie. I know. I said to you earlier, Trev, today. I said there's something. I feel sexy when I'm wearing white.
Oh yeah.
Nanso, you're a sexy dude. Do you feel sexy when you wear white too?
Well, thank you for that. But yeah, sure.
Yeah, me too.
There's something about it.
I don't know. There's just something about it. All right. See you later, Trev. Bye, Trev. I hope you find your dad. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Good, you?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Lots to discuss. No doubt about it.
I know. How does Portugal give up that goal?
Yeah. So what happened? I saw. Did they hit? They gave up a crossbar, right? Somebody texted in and was like, "Oh my God, Congo just hit the crossbar."
I didn't see that.
And then they buried one later on. So are you down in the dumps right now or what?
Well, I need a Portugal win, Dustin, and I need a Ronaldo goal.
Well, there's still lots of time for that to happen, right? I think there's still lots of time for that to happen.
This is the perfect spot, this one right here.
Well, yeah, because you can actually see the TV.
Yeah,
I can't see the TV at all. We gotta put this TV
you gotta set
up.
more over here.
No,
man.
we gotta put it up to top.
Yeah. Well,
right?
Where's Maddie when we need him?
Matt, I don't think Maddie can do that. I think that's got to be a glue guy job. Has to be a glue guy job. Glue guy's got to mount that studio TV on the wall.
There's two people that can put up a TV on the wall here. Glue guy and Joaquin.
Yeah. Pretty much. and Iwanik's dad. And Iwanik's dad is coming in and helped us with, really
and your
manly stuff as well.
Because the rest of us are useless.
Yeah, pretty much. That is true. Hey, what's up with your water in a glass?
Why
don't you get a water bottle? It's really weird. I see you walking around all day carrying a glass around.
Then you have to carry your bottle around and then
but now you got to probably go fill that up more often. Like, look at mine. It's so full. This is like 750 mils.
Yeah. Well, I run, right? So I just got to stay hydrated.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you went for a run this morning, right?
Yeah.
My favorite thing about people that run is that they never talk about running.
I know.
They just go and run it and that's it.
Well, you got to share your interest.
What are you up to now? What are you up to now? Like as you train for this half?
I'm up to I'm not so worried about distance right now. I'm kind of building the base, so I can run an hour and a half straight.
Hour and a half straight.
Yeah, but at a good pace.
So how far would that take you?
Going,
like in an hour and a half straight.
I'm not going top speed either.
Are you like running for 10, walking for one? Or you're just running for an hour and a half straight.
Hour and a half.
Good for you, my man.
It's called Zone 2 training.
What?
So you're building kind of like your base.
Okay.
And then you have tempo runs mixed in during the week where you pick up.
So that's pace. A quicker pace.
Yeah, that's more like race day pace.
So I feel like you're going to set your personal best.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. Thank you for letting me to talk about my running.
I'll be proud of you, buddy.
No one else wants to talk about running with me.
What'd you do the last half in?
2:06. So my goal is under 2.
Whoa. So you're going to try to shave. That must be why you're in phase 2 training right now, or whatever it is.
6'2". I got to shave 6 minutes.
You take 7 minutes. 6 minutes.
Because last year, the last 5K, I completely died. My whole body shut down. Yeah. I could not. I finished running, but I was dying.
Yeah.
I just wanted to fall.
Has Dahmer given you permission to finish under 2?
Enough of that.
What's he finish?
He was 133.
What?
133.
An hour and a half?
Yeah. He's fast, man.
He finished a half marathon in an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, he's a beast. And now he's trying to convince Reed and I to do the 15K on Canada Day.
Really?
Yeah, the running room race.
My wife used to do running room all the time.
Yeah, I get my runners
run with them every week and stuff. And that was before we had kids in our lives. Kind of became awesome with the kids, but personally went to hell.
Well, I can. I'm buying new runners soon. Well, I can join you on the show and talk about it too.
Well, that would be good.
Yeah.
You know what? I like a bunch of good insole talk. I'm sure people are already loving what we're doing right now.
Maverick says Dusty's a good listener. He is. Thank you. No one else wants to hear about my running, so.
What'd you say?
You know when you're passionate about something and no one else cares?
Yeah, it's
It
like me
kinda
with
sucks.
like when I have enough time to crack packs
Yeah.
and sports cards and stuff. Like nobody really cares about that stuff, but I like when people talk about it.
So
Or in
let's-
my case, for LeBron to be the greatest of all time. Nobody ever wants to hear it, but if somebody wanted to listen, I'd love to share my thoughts on it.
That's why a lot of the times you'll see me talking to myself.
Timber Woodsman says, "Do you run with a smoke in your mouth, or do you do that after?
No, that's after.
Do you cut back the darts leading up to the marathon? Yeah,
I had a lot of darts in Mexico.
of course you did. Yeah.
I haven't had one since.
What? I was going to ask if you had one today.
No,
Wow. So do you keep that pencil above your ear like it's a dart?
just in case.
Yeah. Okay.
But after the half, it's great because then you can crush beers. You can do whatever you want, right? I usually take like 2 weeks off after the half marathon.
You do,
Yeah.
and then you get back to running right away.
Yeah, it's
Small
just kind
amounts.
of like because I'm older and I want to keep the heart healthy, the mind healthy. So I'm not a big weights guy. So like I enjoy running, I guess.
That's good for your heart. That's good.
You guys can join me whenever you want here. We can go for
I'm
a
pretty
team
busy.
run.
Pretty busy. During the pandemic, I ran enough to get up to do a 5K with a buddy.
Yeah.
Mind you, I did the 5K with the commish of the Spite League, who later would obviously piss me off in fantasy circles. But that was fun. That was nice. It was just like a way to get out and just get your mind off stuff during the pandemic, which was
Well, that's when I started.
somewhat
running.
enjoyable. Had a good playlist. I'd go out.
Yeah.
I would run for like 7 minutes, then walk for a minute, then run for 7 minutes and walk for a minute, and felt pretty good actually.
Yeah, I know. It's especially now with my new underground hip hop kick that I'm on. Like I'm listening to
Yeah,
a lot of
course.
cool albums, right? So I'm running, just listening. If I like something, I just click save.
Here, I'll tell you, you want to know my running playlist that I have?
Sure,
I think
yeah.
I still have it in my phone, just in case I ever get really bored one day. Let's see here. Where's my playlists? It's pretty bad. Running playlist. Here we go. People are going to be like, Dusty, I see why you don't run anymore. Go to church, Ice Cube and Snoop.
Okay,
That was how I would start.
that's a good jam.
And then it kind of falls off the rails pretty hard. I don't even know if I want to go through this.
Just say it. Give me your top 5.
Okay, so my first 5 songs that I would listen to when I was out on a run: Go to Church, Ice Cube; Fancy by Iggy Azalea;
Oh boy. Okay. Keep going.
Black Widow by Iggy Azalea; Talk Dirty to Me, Jason Derulo, featuring 2 Chainz; and then Bang Bang, Jessie J, Ariana Grande, and Nicki Minaj. No wonder I stopped running. That's an embarrassing list.
I mean, whatever.
That's an
gets you
embarrassing
happy.
list.
Meg says,
God.
I'll talk 90s hip hop with Hernan. Contact me when you get to Things Fall Apart. Buddy, I've crushed 4 Roots album in the last 2 weeks, and Things Fall Apart's one of my favorites.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
You know what? You know the Roots, right?
Yeah, well, no, I'm not overly familiar with, I know the Roots now, but I'm not overly familiar with them back in the day.
Amazing music. And Tipping Point, very underrated album too, I would say. Game Theory is just okay. But the Roots are very underrated. I think they're one of the best groups. They might have the best album of hip hop in 1996, Dusty, when hip hop albums in 96 were you had Nas, you had Jay-Z. I mean, you had
Jeez
so many.
Louise.
Yeah. I think the
So
Roots
you
is
really
the best
like
album.
the Roots then. Yeah. I have to listen to some of that stuff.
Anyways.
All right, well, we've killed 11 minutes of the oil stream. I guess it's time to dive into all the good stuff. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Somebody said, Amishman19 says, amazing playlist. Dusty, I see why you don't run anymore. Yeah, I don't know, man. Those songs are popular at the time. They keep your legs moving, whatever. Somebody else said, man, I'd rather listen to this than that shit show that is the Oilers. Well, maybe things will get better.
Can you believe Reed Wilkins runs marathons with no music?
What?
Yeah, he doesn't wear anything. He just likes to hear the ambiance of the crowd.
The gnat sound.
The breathing. He does't run with music.
I could never do that.
I don't think I could either.
I can't do anything without being distracted by something else. But it's the truth. Right now, what do we got going on? I'm sitting on a Zoom call. They're talking to the Hamilton Tiger Cats right now, so I'm trying to keep tabs on that, even though I'm just watching it. We got the soccer game going over here.
Yeah.
I got the Nasty Chat here. I got the inbox here. I can't do one thing at a time. So there's no way I could run without music.
But Reed's different than all of us.
The other day I was driving with nothing on. And I was like, I finally kicked in. I was like, what am I doing? Why am I just driving in silence?
That is peaceful.
Doesn't make any sense. I like to have on the station or some sort of fantasy football podcast, basically.
Really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Ooh.
All right, let's get to. Well, I guess you came over to me during the lock shop and laid out what McCrimmon had to say about the coaching situation, Nan. So what exactly was that again? They basically said they had given permission to a team, but it didn't go anywhere. I saw somebody say McCrimmon also added that it didn't go anywhere, so it wasn't the Oilers.
Yeah, it could have been Toronto. Could have been LA.
Could have been LA.
Yeah, it was midway through the Stanley Cup Finals.
I bet you it was probably Toronto. Yeah. I don't even think they'd want to give LA in division permission. Or maybe they're just trying to stick it to the Oil, and that's it.
Who cares, Dusty? It's going to be Babcock.
But you think if for some reason, because what he said basically, it's going to be on a case-by-case basis of who gets to talk to Cassidy.
So pretty much,
right?
You don't want to give the Oilers permission.
Well, yeah, Huss is just like, it just sounds to me like the case-by-case is another reason is being like, you're not going to get to talk to the Edmonton Oilers. But let's just live in a world, and these are your Popeye spicy headlines. Grab the $5.99 big meal for a limited time only right now. Mini chicken sandwich or 2 tendies, plus a biscuit, plus fries, and a drink for just $5.99 at participating Popeyes locations. If Vegas all of a sudden says, okay, you can talk to him. Can the Oilers do that? Can they go back to Cassidy after they've opened up this can of worms with the Babcock already?
No, because listen, by all accounts, it sounds like Babs is their guy. And by all accounts from the insiders that always post on the X, he's gonna be allowed to return to the NHL. So the Oilers have their guy.
But Cassidy was supposed to be their guy first. Remember, it was reported he was their first preference.
Well, no. According to Mandy with the Oilers, Babs is their guy. So why, if they double back and they go, oh no, Bruce Cassidy is our guy, it just shows how inept they are. Sorry, but
would that surprise you?
You made your bed, deal with it now. Babcock's your guy, Dusty. Every day that goes by,
here we go.
Every day that goes by, it's closer to Mike Babcock being the coach of the Edmonton Oilers. Because if the Oilers wanted out of this, I don't know how many more red flags the Oilers want to see, but they're not bowing out of this. They're like, no, he's our guy, and we're going to go through all the way to the end. Every day that goes by, it's closer to 100% Mike B is going to be the coach of the Edmonton Oilers. That's the way I feel, because if they wanted to walk away, they would have done it already. They would have said, you know what, this is not worth it.
Yeah, no matter what happens now, they're down this path until, for some reason, if they say no, he can't come back.
Yeah, no.
Then you got egg on your face, and you got to kind of figure out what's... The
Oilers already would have bowed out if they were going.
There's been enough of a hurdle in their way that they would have...
They would have said, you know what, screw it. We're worried about the players that are not McDavid and Draisaitl. We're worried about hopefully getting UFA guys here. We're worried about this. We're worried about that. This is probably not the smart hire. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened. So we're just Dusty, probably early, because it's Wednesday already. Yeah, probably early next week we'll have a press conference by the Edmonton Oilers. Stan Bowman, Mike Babcock. We'll discuss it for the rest of the week, and then we move forward to the season and see what he can do.
All right, text messages are flying in. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart, please tell your friends. You can listen to the Oil Stream Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at noon on those free apps. If you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. Kevin Van Dassler says Cassidy doesn't work because it's not a penis nickname.
No, but also a good point here made by an says the only way they go another way is if the NHL doesn't let Babcock coach. That's the only way. That's the only way they do it.
Okay, but what if, let me just run a theory by you. I think Huss said it was Andy Strickland who said the other thing that happened in Columbus had to do with Patrick Laine. Like not the phone thing. Remember there's this other thing that they wanted to investigate had to do with Patrick Laine. We know Patrick Laine said to take some time away from the game and stuff. What if the NHL investigates and goes, no, he's good. But then the story comes out about whatever happened with Laine. And like you look at it and you go, man, morally, that's horrible. But the NHL has said he can coach. So you think the Oilers don't care? I just want, like, I could see if he gets approved to get back, we know the story's going to get out, whatever they investigated, right? That's just going to happen. Everything gets out by Friedman, Dreger, Servalli, whoever. So the only thing I wonder is if they say, yeah, you know what? It wasn't great. We investigated it. It's up to you guys. And then, but, he treated Laine this, or whoever it is, he treated him this way. There's nothing that you think would have the Oilers back off at this point?
Okay, I'll ask you this. Do you think the Oilers know everything that's going on with what happened in Columbus? Do you think they have the full picture? Like, do you?
I'm not sure they knew about the non-phone stuff because nobody knew about that. Like, it had never gotten out.
But
right?
Do they know now?
As of this moment,
yes.
They probably know what's going on.
Okay.
And they still haven't.
And they still haven't backed out. So they don't care. Again, and a lot of people are saying this sounds more like Daryl Cates. Yeah, Daryl Cates, smartest man in the room, doesn't care. He's the owner of the team. He can do whatever he wants. And it sounds like that's what's going to happen, right? Because he's like, I don't care what he did. Suck it up.
Well, it's not like he's a morally perfect person who's, really caring about everything else that's gone on. I mean, he's found himself in a bunch of hot water along the way. So I don't think there's anything from, oh man, that's not a good look that Daryl Cates really cares about. So,
but the biggest red flag to me is that agents have come out with other players on the Oilers.
Yep, fair point, man.
And the Oilers don't care. We had DVD on last week, and I think he said it perfectly. He goes, unfortunately, in the Edmonton Oilers organization, there's no one with balls to stand up and say, guys, this is horrible. And
they're all yes men, basically.
Yeah, that person might take heat and he might lose his job of it, but at least he stands for something. At least he's saying, guys, what are we doing? Like, let's just sit back and look at this from afar and just go through all the pros and cons. I just feel like the Oilers like, it's fine. Like, who cares what he did in Columbus? He won't do that here. He's a changed man. Oh, but Connor and Leon, and I'm so sick of, Zach Hyman's such a good guy. He vouched for him. Well, then I question Zach Hyman. Like Aaron Ward. Did you see his?
I didn't see the Ward story. I saw it on Twitter. Then I went to click on, how Twitter kind of refreshes sometimes, and I lost it, and I couldn't remember who posted that clip.
Yeah, he was on a show, and he goes, Babcock tried to get him fired when he was on TSN because he made comments about him. That's the guy the Oilers want to hire. He tried to get a former player fired that was on a network because he was discussing him. And there's more to it. I can't remember everything he said.
It's going to be quite the adventure for Edmonton Sports Talk. Babcock takes over.
Oh, boy. But, I mean, and listen, no one's we've heard from the players that even hate him. He's a good coach. When it comes to hockey, the guy, can he get the Oilers to go on another run? Yeah, probably. But it's all the stuff in between, Dusty. Like, why do the Oilers always have to go down this such a controversial road? Stan Bowman first, who hasn't done a good job.
Well, but who, like, who's above Stan Bowman? Jeff Jackson and Daryl Cates.
But what did Jeff Jackson say when they hired Stan Bowman? Get over it. Like, he's our guy.
Was that his actual quote?
Well, but it was like...
It was like along those lines.
It was along those lines. Like, well, deal with it. And everybody got over it because no one cares, right? Like, because as long as the team is doing fine. I'm not saying no one cares. Like, people still don't like Stan Bowman. But I think right now, Stan Bowman, a lot of people don't like him because he's not a good GM.
Nash Osborne over on the chat says, what's the first song going to be for Babcock? Well, we'll have to figure that out. I've almost got the one done for Bowman. I'm just kind of waiting to see if I need to include any of this Babcock stuff in it. And I might do that before I send it off. But I'm telling you all, you are going to love what I have put together for Bowman, man. It's going to be tremendous. It's the Oil Stream. We are brought to you by Boston Pizza. We're going to be at Boston Pizza Westgate on Monday. Myself with YouTube Trev riding shotgun, and I'll be there for the lock shop at 11. And then, so swing on by, grab some lunch with us. We'll talk some others. I'm sure many of you will want to talk about some other things as well. So you can come on by and have a little bit of a chat with us there. Louis texted us, says, I texted this in a few weeks ago, but what's the point of hiring just a bunch of yes men if you are Daryl Cates, if they say no? You see, he wants people who are going to, I mean, he's the owner. I mean, I guess that's how it's going to work, but you want a little bit of feedback on stuff.
Do you like people?
Like realistic feedback.
A guy, a billionaire, you
Yeah.
think he likes being told no? This is a terrible idea.
Probably not. Well, but I would also say he probably doesn't care if he's told.
Oh,
no.
he doesn't give.
Yeah.
It's his team, man. He can do whatever he wants with it, and he's ruining it right now.
Timber Woodsman says, if they already interviewed Babcock and he didn't tell them everything and then it comes out and looks bad, maybe that's not the guy you should stick your neck out for. Right? So you would have to hope that when the leadership group talked to Babcock, he said, outside of the phone situation, I should just probably clear the air with you guys. I also treated this guy like this when I was in Columbus.
Did he, though?
Well, no, but here, I can't wait till this whole story comes out and whether they hire, man, those clouds are getting dark out there right now. Look at that. Holy smokes. Sorry, I got distracted. The sky north, yeah, the sky north of us is looking pretty nasty right now. But if something were to come out of this investigation that he did not make McDavid and Draisaitl aware of, you cannot hire this man. You just simply can't do it.
But it's and this is the thing too, right, Dustin? Which is frustrating because we don't know who wants this guy. Is it Daryl Cates?
Stoff said everybody wants this guy. He said from owner, this was his words, and he's the voice of the organization. He said from ownership to management to the players, this is the guy. So they've grouped them all together. Whether they wanted Stoff to group them all together or not, Stoff has grouped them all together.
Then if
so this is just
sideways,
as much on the captain as it is on the coach and management, or on the management and ownership.
You know what? That's the thing. If this goes sideways, you just don't want to hear it. This is who you guys wanted. And that's why, Dusty, I'm okay. Right now, I'm I know it's going to happen, so I'm just waiting for the announcement. Then we'll have 2-3 great days of the press conference and clips and breaking it all down. And then just like we do every year, we'll go into the season and it's bring on the hockey and we'll see what the Oilers can do, right? What's going to change? Nothing. You think people are actually going to stop going to the arena?
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, everybody can be fired up and say, I'm done with watching this team. And maybe there are some of you who are like, yeah, I'm done. I don't watch anymore. But they're still going to sell out. And until Connor McDavid's gone, it's still going to be packed and they're still going to gouge everybody. I mean, that's how it's worked for the last decade. And how it will continue to work no matter what they do. And that's why they can do what they want to do, because there's no repercussions for it, right? There's none.
No, everything.
If they saw a hit from when they hired Bowman to the point where oh no, we need to sell more season tickets, and oh no, our reputation's been tarnished, they wouldn't be going down this path. But they did that. It didn't matter to them. They're going to do this. It doesn't matter to them, and they kind of just continue on about their business.
But how, Jeff Jackson, Stan Bowman, how do they sit there, Dustin? This is what I think about when I'm driving home sometimes. I need a life.
God, I love you, Nestle.
How do those two guys sit there and seriously think this is a good idea? In the press conference, the Rishogs, the Specs, the Reed Wilkins, everybody's going to ask tough questions. And they're going to be great questions. You're going to get the same fluff answers we saw in Toronto with the Chaika hiring, Dusty. You're not going to get anything new. Oh, he's a changed man, and the Babcock's going to be, I learned from him, is blah, blah, blah. But how do those two gentlemen that run the Edmonton Oilers in the most important offseason not see how this is not a good idea? They're not idiots, are they? You're in a position in the NHL, you can't be that dumb.
Shovelhead texts in and says, the more I listen to you guys, I love this conversation. I mean, I want people on both sides of this. I mean, this is a great conversation. This is what we say. Edmonton Sports Talk is the voice for all of the fans out there. I mean, this is the place where we want you guys to chime in. 780-218-9999. Shovelhead texts in and he doesn't agree with us, and fine, I'll read it. The more I listen to you guys talk about the issue, the more ridiculous you sound. Is Babcock a predator or just a hard ass who went too far? Morals? Do you check your morals every time you purchase something from China or your Timmy's? I think it's probably a different situation. You also said in there a hard ass who went too far. You said it, went too far. And I would think you can probably say went too far multiple times. And Hernan made a great point. I mean, if the end goal here is for this team to win a Stanley Cup and you've got free agents. Like, what if Alex Tuck is like right now thinking, you know what, I want to go play with Connor McDavid. And then they hire Mike Babcock and Tuck goes, actually, I'm not going to play for Mike Babcock. I'm out.
How about Connor Murphy?
Like, there's a bunch of these things.
They trade Nurse, and Murphy's like, I don't want to play for that guy. I'm out.
You're hiring a coach who widely across the league, guys will never play for. So why would you put yourself in that spot where you already have to sweeten up deals to get guys to come here? And don't give me guys come here for McDavid and guys come here for the rink. Guys come here because they get no movement clauses and completely control their contract moving forward. Like if Edmonton was really a draw for people, Frederick wouldn't have a full no movement clause on an 8-year deal. He would have just come because he wanted to play with Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
So now you're going to sit here and tell me that and have we ever said he's a predator? No, but he's been called by players around the league a bully as a coach. And the fact that we're going to sit here and just be like, oh, it's totally fine. It's not going to impact how they're able to build their roster. It is going to impact how they're able to build their roster because there will be free agents who don't want to come here. It's been reported that there are agents of players who are already on the team who are like, I'm really concerned about this. And I'm concerned about my other guys being traded here. So that's why this is a conversation, man. Come on. Like, what are we talking about?
And not just that. He hasn't coached in 7 years.
And he hasn't won since 2008, and he's never won anything without Nick Lidstrom or Scott Niedermayer on his team.
So that's all
I'm
we're
talking
saying.
Olympics.
Hey, and the second chances, I think we're all okay with that. But this is the first coach when multiple players have come out and said how bad of a person he is. Okay? And it was Shovelhead? Shovelhead, you're gonna get your wish. He's gonna be the coach. So but we're talking about it. That's what sports shows do. I don't like the hiring for many reasons. You don't have to agree, but I mean, and there is a lot of people that like that he's coming to Edmonton. A lot of people like it. You see it online.
It's a great conversation on both sides of it. And you can make a strong case in the way that you view it. We're going to make a strong case in the way that we're going to view it. And Timber Woodsman makes a great point. He says a coach isn't going to fix this subpar roster. No, but this coach could actually make it more difficult to fix a subpar roster. Do you think that's a good idea? That's why I'm stunned that they're even allowing the other two guys to make decisions moving forward. Yeah. They completely ruined the path they were on in 2024 by making horrible decisions. Yeah. Now you're allowing the same people that have put you in a spot to be desperate to save the Connor McDavid era continue to try to save the Connor McDavid era. It's absolutely insane.
And someone's asking if Babcock has success with the Oilers. Will we talk about it? Of course we'll talk about it. Maybe he comes in and he is a changed man. I don't know. Maybe he leads him to the Stanley Cup. Of course, we'll talk about it. And I said it last week on EST Afternoons. I said, I'll eat my words if he comes in and this team's excellent. I will. And nothing happens off the ice. He doesn't treat staff bad or anything like that. I said, I'll sit here and I'll eat my words. But right now on the surface, it doesn't look like a good hire. Like, Dusty, there's so many. Like, every day there's new videos popping up of former NHLers, former executives saying, what are they doing? What are they doing?
But there's also insiders on our station, like the guys that I have had on for years who've come on and said this might not be the worst idea in the world.
No, of course.
Buttons and Dreggers and Noodles. Like, these guys have all made a case that this could actually be a good thing for the Edmonton Oilers, right? So there's two sides to this conversation.
Sure. I mean, again, we're talking about a guy that even the players that hate him have said, yes, he X and O's, he's a good coach. No one's denying that. Is he the guy for the Oilers? Are McDavid and Draisaitl going to be okay if they get benched? Or play 16 minutes a night?
Well, they have to be now.
Because that's what you're getting into. Are you worried about the young guys like Savoy and Howard having to deal with him? Are you seriously? Those are real things that the Oilers have to worry about. It's not. Who said it? He goes, McDavid and Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl and Zach Hyman don't have to worry.
Yeah,
those guys don't have issues with the head coach. It's the guys lower down in the lineup that get treated like crap. And listen, I don't know. I'll ask Gager. I don't know if coaches treat their players like crap on the regular. I know there's coaches that are hard, 100% on their team and on their players and push them. But I don't know if that's a normal thing for coaches to treat their players like that. They're all grown men, but look at that. Johan Franzen. Watching him play, Dusty, do you ever think he would have to go to therapy because of this one man?
I know you would hope not.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't even know that story until this year.
Here's the other element of this. Okay. And clearly the Oilers think they're smarter than everyone else. And I would argue clearly that's been proven wrong many times. But since October of 2023, which is when the Babcock thing went down in Columbus, right? Is that, do I have the right timeline here?
Oh, Ronaldo almost scored.
Did he almost bury one?
Yeah.
How much time's left? 68.
Yeah.
19 head coaches have been fired across the NHL since October of 2023.
Wow. Yeah.
So 19 coaches have been fired. The Oilers have fired multiple coaches since then, actually, but no, they haven't. They just, nope. That was the year. 23-24 was when Woody got fired. So yeah, technically they fired 2 coaches since then. Why hasn't another team done this? If Mike Babcock is a hockey savant, tell me why with 19 other head coaches being fired since the whole Columbus thing went down, and I would love for somebody to have an answer to this because I have not seen this pop up. Why hasn't another team had him on the short list? Why haven't we heard? Why we haven't heard
one team did.
Mike which team?
Columbus.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying since Columbus.
Yeah.
Since Columbus. I mean, you want to go back to Toronto, it's like 40 head coaches have been fired. So I'm just going to the Columbus situation. Since he was hired and then didn't even get to the beginning of the season. There have been 19 head coaches fired across the league since then. So there have been 19 guys hired since then. I think that number's even a little low. This is just like internet research I did quickly. I think that number might be a little low. But how come no other team has gone down this path? And if the answer is no other team's been this desperate, then that's a major issue. This is a team that was in back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. And now all of a sudden, no other team in the last 3 years has been so desperate in the National Hockey League that they're going down the Babcock path?
And you have
does that not feel like you're taking crazy pills?
And you have 2 of the best players in the world, one of the best offensive defensemen in the world, and you're this desperate. Like it's so bad. And you look at Rod the Bod, John Coopers of the world, Paul Maurice. Connor McDavid's entering his 12th season with the Edmonton Oilers. He's going to have his 6th head coach, Dusty. His 6th head coach. I'm sorry, but I know people are like, Hernan, but coaches, that's kind of the shelf life now for a coach is 2-3 years. Well, it's not working in Edmonton. It's not. Knobloch almost got there, didn't. Had a bad year last year, gets canned because of a leak. Or maybe he was going to get canned anyway. But 6th head coach in McDavid's 12th season. And people can sit here and tell me that Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, the veterans on this team, look at this organization and say, we're heading in the right direction.
Gord over in the Nazi chat says, I don't disagree, Dusty, about the desperation, but no one besides Babs actually knows if anyone else reached out to him. Come on, Gord.
We would have heard.
He's got a direct line to a bunch of the insiders. You don't think he wants his name to get back out there? People know that he's sniffing around? Mm-hmm. Come on, man. It can't be that naive. If Babcock's been on a short list for a head coaching position,
we would have heard.
Insiders would have had it. It's just how it is, man. That's just how it works. Anyway, I didn't want to spend 35 minutes of this show talking about Babcock because there's been no recent development on it. But we'll see where it goes. What goes from here.
Well, and it's been known now that they gave one team permission to speak to Cassidy, and that was during the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah.
So it's probably Toronto.
It wasn't the Oilers.
It wasn't the Oilers.
It couldn't have been the Oilers. Well, I had a couple people text in right at the beginning of the show and say, guys, I don't think it's crazy to think that if Vegas all of a sudden says you can talk to Cassidy, the Oilers would hire Cassidy. So I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do it. All right. Other things that we wanted to get to. Been quiet on the goaltending front for quite some time, hasn't it? There was the thoughts that Kosa was going to be the guy. Still haven't been able to get that thing done. I don't know if you and Gager have talked about it on EST Afternoons, and if you're watching the Oil Stream, you're listening to the Oil Stream podcast later on. I know we got pretty big podcast numbers after the fact with the Oil Stream. Make sure you check out EST Afternoons and the Reed Wilkins Show every day from 1 until 6 on TuneIn and iHeart and over on YouTube. But at some point, they're going to have to do something between the pipes. I think the trade yesterday that Toronto made is like, okay, some goalie movement. Okay, well, what are the Oilers thinking about doing? There was some reports out of Montreal that the Oilers might be interested in Montembeault. We had Noodles on the show this morning, and he spoke, I'm going to say very highly but he spoke much more positively about Montembeault than I thought he was going to. Montreal, the Fowler kid doesn't need to clear waivers yet, so it's not like they're up against having to lose one of these guys right at the beginning of the season. There's the Markstrom thing in Jersey. I don't know about that. There's Florida can get their hands on Hellebuck. Bobrovsky's going to be a free agent. I'd be stunned if Bobrovsky wanted to come to Edmonton. But what do you think ends up sorting itself out between the pipes?
The Oilers are looking for a backup because I said it again yesterday. GMs don't like to look stupid, and Tristan Jarry is going to be the number one guy. For better or for worse, he's the guy. Hopefully he's having a good offseason. Hopefully he can bounce back. Our guy Gager thinks he can bounce back. But Jarry's going to be the number one. So, yeah, Montembeault, well, sure, why not? Spell him off a bit. They're going to bring in a guy that's not – I truly believe this. They want Jarry to be the number one guy. So they're going to bring a guy that's lesser than him and play 20, 25 games, maybe 30.
Okay, well, I'm glad you brought this up because I want to slide over to the numbers game for Play Alberta because that was a question I had here. Over, under, the number of games you're comfortable with Jarry playing next year. I'm going to set it at 41 and a half. 84 games next year, right? So it's like almost, it's either you think you're comfortable with him playing half the games or not.
Well, if he's your number one, he better be. He better play more than 40.
Are you comfortable going into this season saying Tristan Jarry's going to play 45 to 50 games?
Yeah, because I think,
You think that's what's going to happen, or are you like, okay, no, I think like...
Wasn't Stan Bowman pissed how they used Frederick and Jarry in the playoffs?
You make a good point on the GM doesn't want to be wrong, buddy.
Yeah, look at the two guys that, the certain media guy that works for the Oilers said, Knoblauch screwed up by not benching Frederick in the last two games and not playing Jarry in the playoffs. Like, what are we talking about? It's because they were awful.
It was mentioned to me shortly after the trade was made when Jarry had a couple decent games right at the start that in the press box, Stan Bowman had said to somebody, goaltending's fixed. So that's, it's probably a little early to jump the gun on a goaltending's fixed comment that early into a goaltender's stay.
Jarry, for me, he's the number one because the GM here wants him to be, and he better play 50 plus games, unless he completely craps the bed to open up the season, and that could happen to us. Like, we're talking about Tristan Jarry here. We're not talking an elite goaltender. And what did Noodle say today? Jarry, before he came to the Oilers, had good numbers. He had
good numbers in Pittsburgh. Yeah. He did. He had much better numbers in Pittsburgh than he did with the Edmonton Oilers. So keep that in mind, I guess.
If you're better defensively, your goaltending obviously is going to improve no matter what. Can the Oilers play defense? Can they improve on that part of their game? But for me, it doesn't really matter who comes in as the goalie. It's Jarry's net to lose. It doesn't sound like they're getting Kosa. Doesn't sound like they want Ingram back. Where else can you go, Dustin? Like, I don't even know what to do with the goaltending.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I don't like Markstrom because of the money. You're not going to be paying two guys over 10 mil.
No, I don't think you can do that.
No.
Unrestricted free agent goaltenders. There's 14 of them, and that's it. Bobrovsky, 0 chance he would come here, right? I think
that guy just wants to stay in Florida and live the good
Actually,
life.
What I could see there, depending on how much he's willing to take. Does Carolina make a move on Bobrovsky?
Oh, maybe.
Bring him in with Bussy. Freddie Anderson's a UFA. He moves on. And then Carolina throws Bobrovsky between the pipes for a few years.
Well, Noodle said Anderson, Edmonton. You never know, right? Like
I don't know if Freddie Anderson and the Oilers would be a good fit.
Freddie's
it's a bit of a mess here. I'll tell you right now, if Mike Babcock becomes a head coach, Freddie Anderson's not signing with the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, that's a good point.
There's 0 chance that would happen. I don't think there's a chance anyway. I don't want a piece of Mrazek. I don't think Cam Talbot will come back. Quick's done. Vanasek, Tarasov, who's that giant from down in Florida as well. But you know who Vanasek's agent is? Jerry Johansson. Name that comes up quite a bit in the city. Jerry's also got Phoenix Copley as well. Big Save Dave is a UFA. And, of course, Connor Ingram. And, dare I say it, Stuart Skinner. A UFA as well.
But it's funny because yesterday we talked about what are the biggest need, like what's a good offseason for the Oilers. And it's like we're talking about 10 years ago again. It's the top 6 forward, third line center, another defenseman, a goalie. Like you're going into the most important season in the history of the Edmonton Oilers, and Tristan Jarry's your guy. Tristan Jarry's your guy.
This text is in. No handle, but thank you very much for texting in. It says, why wouldn't they bring back Ingram? Right?
That's a great question.
Should that not be one of the priorities, maybe? Bring back Ingram. I know there's this whole Kosa pipe dream and stuff, and maybe it happens, but I mean, Ingram was the guy that you chose the most critical of times ahead of Tristan Jarry anyway.
Knobloch chose him.
Well, okay, yeah.
Right? Because if they do sign Ingram, Stan Bowman's going to tell Mike Babcock, Jarry's our guy.
Jarry's the guy.
I don't care who plays better in preseason.
Yes, if you're Ingram, do you want to be in that situation?
Probably not.
Library Pat texts in and says, I'm not comfortable with Jarry being the starter. Is there no longer any chance for Ingram to be resigned? The word for this organization is dysfunction.
Well, okay, we all know the off the ice stuff Connor Ingram's dealt with. Does he want to play for Mike Babcock? Highly unlikely.
I'd be somewhat surprised of that. Big Dave texts in and says, the problem starts all the way back when they decided to put JJ in as president and cut down Ken Holland. Holland wasn't perfect, but he insulated the team from the meddling and managed to build a roster that got to a cup final within one goal of a cup in his tenure. The formula was, it seems as if ownership forced him out just so they could take back control of the team. Kenny should have been extended and given free rein to continue build this team and rewarded for his success, even if they fell short of the ultimate goal. Instead, the owner put his ego first, and this team has been declining ever since. My guess for the reason why this organization puts people with trouble passing these positions is so he has the power over them to say, you're in this league because I gave you a chance. Mm-hmm. It's a sign that the team is in decline and will continue to decline. Top talent won't want to come here, and anyone who wants to have success will flee elsewhere. That's in from Big Dave.
That's a good text.
Big Dave coming in hot so far.
Yeah, the Oilers just they do things. They're running the team like a bottom 5 team in the NHL does right now, like the Decade of Darkness Oilers. Like Reed said it feels very Decade of Darkness.
This whole coaching thing over the last little while, and now the Nurse thing, it does have very strong. Like they can't even deny it. No. Like, there's no way anyone in that organization could say you guys are ridiculous even suggesting that. I mean, you've got the greatest player we've seen in 40 years, and we're sitting here talking about decade of darkness vibes.
Yeah.
That's troubling. It's troubling, very troubling. All right, 780-218-9999. EMG4 says, shouldn't Jackson have a better understanding of a player's perspective? I can't see him being on board with this. Of course, he was a player agent for a long time, right?
Well, he's what, third in command after Koff and Daryl Cates? I mean, like I said, is anyone actually standing up and saying, guys, like we should actually think about this one? I don't know if Jeff Jackson does that. He gives off the vibes like he doesn't really care what anyone thinks. Is this Daryl Cates saying, no, Mike Babcock's my guy and I don't care what anyone says? And maybe we're putting a bad light on Stan Bowman and Jeff Jackson. That's a possibility, Dusty. We don't know that. Maybe they want Cassidy, but the owner's like, nope, I want a guy that's tough, old school. You know what I mean? And Daryl Cates is a fan, man. He bought the team he grew up cheering for. He's a diehard. But he's ruining this team right now.
Brendan Man 5142 says, hello, Decade of Darkness, my old friend. Not there yet. Not yet that, but I don't know how you could argue that I don't know how you could argue that it doesn't look like it's trending in that direction.
What? Yeah, I did.
Like towards another tough stretch.
Oh, buddy.
Another tough stretch.
And this is what I was telling Gager, I think yesterday or maybe late last week. I was like, listen, I don't know Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. I've never chatted with them. I don't know their personalities. I don't know how much they talk about the team they're on. But there's no way those guys, Dusty, Matthias Ekholm, the Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, are sitting there and are happy with what's going on. There's no way.
That'd be impossible.
They're human, man. They see what we see. Like, are they being fed a little bit more BS by the management? Probably, yeah, everything's okay. But they cannot sit here and look at this and listen, these guys are on social media. Don't kid yourselves. If they can't see the amount of outrage on this hiring, like, they got to be questioning it themselves a little bit too. Like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? And I'm with Gager when he said, I think the guys are being dragged into this. Do a solid for the organization. I don't think.
How many more solids does Connor McDavid need to do for the organization?
But I don't.
If it wasn't for him, they'd be able to sign like 2 guys, and that's it this summer.
If we get some truth serum and Connor McDavid say, do you really want to be part of the hiring the coach? I guarantee you he would say no. I don't want no part of it. It's not my job. I just want to play hockey. Now, is he consulted? Hey, we're thinking this. Yeah, sure. Why not? Because I do believe some players are consulted, but I don't think the players should be on the decision making.
I seem to get the sense that this is kind of that they've been like heavily involved in this from what the team is pushing out through various sources.
Yes, but is that the truth? Do they? And that's why I'm so intrigued to hear from Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl and be like, did you guys really want to be this involved? Now, what are they going to say? They're not going to throw their own team
yeah, they're going to continue to toe the company line, I think.
But if McDavid thinks he's leaving in a year, why does he care? He'd be like, yeah, I really didn't want to be a part of it, but, you know, I did them a solid or whatever. Like, I just can't sit here and imagine those guys are all okay with what's going on with this team. And, sorry, but throwing the Darnell Nurse stuff, they're probably not happy the way it was handled, leaked for the second time in 3 years. Yeah. They asked him to, like, that's their boy, man. And yes, it's pro sports and it's business, Dusty, and he's not the first player to be unhappy or leaks come out on a player. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen. It happens everywhere. But it's what I'm getting at, it still pisses off your teammates that a guy that you love, who's your buddy, gets treated that way.
All right, 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in. KBO Devereaux says in 2045, the Netflix documentary of complete failure and mismanagement of this Oilers team is going to hit like the 103rd Street crack. Oh, boy. What's the score of this? Still 1-1. How stunned are you by this?
Portugal. I was never high on Portugal. I don't know why people were.
Well, you know why people were, because they have Ronaldo. It's like a simple thing for a bunch of people who don't follow soccer all the time like me.
He's 40, though.
I know, but it's still Ronaldo.
Yeah, but the supporting cast it's good. It's not great. Like, I am stunned by this. It's going to ruin all my parlays.
It sucks when the parlays are ruined on the first game of the day.
You had Portugal?
At least you want the sweat. Yeah, I got Portugal. Now, what do we? There's not much time left.
It's probably another 10 minutes.
Yeah, 5-6 minutes of injury stoppage time. Yeah. Tough look. We'll see if. Imagine if he does score in the next 10 minutes. You'll be running around this office like crazy.
I'll kiss Coob.
What? No. If Ronaldo's on the cheek, at least.
Yeah, of course.
Coob, what do you think about that?
Where's HR Daddy?
HR Daddy doesn't mind a good kiss on the cheek.
Okay.
Zach, you don't have to. I would never put you in this spot.
Okay, for sure.
But it sure hurts Hernan's feelings if you wouldn't take the kiss on the cheek.
True that, dog.
What if
What if it's like one of those English kisses where it's like,
mwah, mwah. I can
like that. It's not like he's licking your cheek. It's not even like it's not even like it's full lip.
Yeah.
It's just like your lips kind of on the side like this.
Yeah. We brush each other's yeah. I get it. No, I mean if
like your cheeks rub a little bit.
It'd be a big situation. It'd be a big event, so I wouldn't be opposed. We'll
see where it goes. We'll see if Ronaldo scores in the next 10 minutes, and then I guess we'll deal with it if it happens.
He's no Messi.
How close are they in that GOAT conversation in soccer? Like, how much separation is there in your opinion?
Is it LeBron and Jordan?
Zach, please.
But I think, like, in my opinion, I think both are great players. I like both players. I enjoyed watching them, but I think Messi's just a little bit ahead. I do.
A little bit ahead.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
Messi's just Messi to me is like Crosby. Ronaldo's more like
Is it Ronaldo Ovechkin? Because I would say, and I was always a pro Ovi guy, but
Sure.
I have Sid a little bit higher on the all-time greats list.
Yeah.
So that would be the comparison.
Both players are fantastic, right? It depends on who you talk to, right? Like if you're a Barca fan, you're going to say Messi. If you're a Real Madrid fan, you're always going to say Ronaldo because they hate each other, right? So, but I mean,
Is there a player more popular though? Because I think Messi has his own drink, like the Moss.
I think Ronaldo's more popular because he's more fan friendly. But at the same time, Messi's more of an introvert, right? Like he's more quiet, he's more shy. Ronaldo's great, man. Like fans run on the field and they're about to get tackled by security. He's always stopping them, letting the picture being taken, a selfie. Like he's a good dude that way, you know.
Yeah.
Very good dude.
Zach, are you having more tuna right now?
No, but I smell what's cooking.
Yeah.
Do you smell what the wok is cooking?
Oh.
You are hilarious, Zach.
I think he's chefing up right now. Yeah.
So Zach today, tell the people what you had for breakfast, Zach.
Oh,
That's great.
yeah, probably one of the most interesting breakfast choices.
What a
that I had.
combination! I've never seen it.
Hit the McD's. Got a World Cup cup.
Oh, nice! A collector's item.
Yeah, one of 6. And I told Eric about it. He's all over it. He's probably getting one today. Got a chicken McMuffin. All time, like that's a goated item on the McDonald's
I
menu.
actually do like the chicken McMuffin. It's good.
The spicy ones.
Yeah.
That really
solid.
kicks you a little bit.
It's a solid. It hits well at breakfast. But what did you have
Right.
with it, Zach?
Yes. Well, I had a hash brown. It comes with the side.
Of
Had a
course.
large coffee. And after I finished that, I had a can of tuna.
A chicken McMuffin and a can of tuna.
Yes.
For
it was
breakfast.
a lemon pepper can of tuna. It was one of the mini self-serving ones. I didn't need a can opener or anything, just the pull tab, and here you go. And Benny was looking at me. He's a big lemon pepper guy around these offices, but
Yeah.
he looked at me and he said, Zach, I'm going to puke.
Yeah, I mean that was
It was
pretty
not a
gross.
good call. No, I was, yeah.
It's pretty gross.
What's
I
wrong with
kind of did it
tuna?
in the corner. I didn't want anyone to see me.
You totally won me over when I saw you going down on that chicken McMuff. But then I walked away. I came back and I looked and you're eating a can of tuna. I was like, what?
It smelled like cat
What's
food.
that? What's and
Yeah.
it stunk. I was like, what's happening here? How do you go from like peaking up here and then being you're one of a kind, Zach.
I was
You
still
really are.
hungry. Like I'm a pretty lazy guy. I'm just gonna say it how it is. And sometimes, I don't bring a full meal to work, but I have snacks. I have these food. I have my own cupboard in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes I get
We
a little
share
bit
a
packaged.
cupboard, right? Aren't you on the top right side? Above the sink?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not.
Oh, I thought somebody
No.
was up
right
there.
above the fridge.
Oh, you're right
Nobody's
above the fridge.
pushed me out. I would move if somebody had asked
How
me.
much stuff you got up there?
An apocalypse worth of food.
Wow.
Yeah. If you want some, Dustin, you're more than welcome to have some.
No, that's okay. I got my little cupboard with Nutri-Grain bars and bread. So we're okay there.
We can always share.
No, you keep your hands out of my stuff. All right, what's coming up on EST Afternoons, you guys?
Yeah, lots. We'll talk about the 2 new hires in the NHL with Vegas and Toronto. We'll keep talking Oilers. Get Gager's thoughts on everything that's going on there. Continue to talk World Cup. Hernan's World, we'll have Mike Tracos from Toronto.
Mike Traco. Oh, that'll be a good one.
Go around
very
the
much look
NHL at
forward to that.
2:20. Screw it, let's do a parlay. So lots of fun. Don't go anywhere, and we'll live watch England, Croatia at 2:00 as well.
You'll get to do a goal.
Hopefully, man. I'm still waiting for a
Probably.
Ronaldo one.
I don't think it's going to happen, man. I'm starting to think they're just going to settle for the draw here. Oh, man.
Is that a card? Yeah.
Got to be.
gotta
That was one of the better hits that we would have seen in the Stanley Cup final, for goodness sakes. Now, is he selling it a bit? Sure. But that was a pretty good pop. All right, that's going to do it for the Oil Stream, brought to you by Boston Pizza on Monday. Boston Pizza, Westgate, myself, you two, Trev, hopefully Curtis and Tony, and a bunch of the nasties. We're going to be there for Lock Shop and Oil Stream on Monday. Westgate BPs, very much looking forward to that. For Hernan Salas, I'm Dustin Nielson. Thank you very much for joining us. Remember, we might not all see eye to eye on this stuff, but it's a fun conversation to have, and that's what we do here at EST. Take it easy.